Welcome back to West Texas View.
I received a communication from Brenda Kisco with the Midland Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she sent me a notice about a very important designation that the Midland County Libraries had just received. It's the #2 bookish destination in Texas.
Yes.
So that means that you are in high company. There's only one other library that's ahead of you.
Well, it actually wasn't even a library. The #1 was the Texas Book Festival in Austin, which is kind of hard to beat for bookish
true,
people.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure people in Dallas and San Antonio were going, what are they doing out in the Permian Basin? Yeah, no, we were
out in the cowboy country.
Yeah, we were very fortunate.
And then also tell us about this award.
So the American Library Association, in partnership with the International Interior Design Association, every 2 years gives out an award for outstanding design of a public library that's built in that cycle, and we won the best in our category, which was service over 30,000 square feet. So it's we're beating people in Stockholm, Sweden, and South America. So a very nice. It's nice to know that you did something, but that people recognize it, because you always think you did a good job. So it was nice to kind of get that validation from your national organization.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I think we always think about is the beauty of that building is very attractive, but you've got satellite libraries all over the
so
community.
we have the Centennial Library on the North Loop next to Best Buy, and then we have the Downtown Library still, which has been there since the 50s. There's a law library in the courthouse, which is open to the public, a different kind of user, but it's still a part of our system. And then this year we will be bringing online a bookmobile, which we'll be able to take around to our community and out into the county, and out to the Greenwood and those hard to reach places that maybe don't have the proximity to one of the other libraries that we do. So we're really excited about the bookmobile.
So you're trying to make the library accessible to every neighborhood, and one of the things though that I think would be good for us to talk about is that a lot of times people just drop off their kids at the library and leave, and they don't know what resources they have. Or they begin to wonder, is my child safe in that library? And one of the things I always say when I hear that is that's probably the safest place in the whole community.
Well, those are two separate kind of issues. We certainly are not a daycare. We would appreciate you not dropping your child off, but it is a safe environment. Public libraries, since the first one, at the dawn of our country, has faced the problem of vagrants and homeless. I mean, that's just a challenge that we face. But, I have 5 children, my wife and I do. We bring them to the library. The library is a safe environment. Those people has as much right to be there as, they're reading the newspaper. The library, it's a fact. We're warm in the winter and cool in the summer.
And they're desperately looking for a job.
Sure, but, we don't ever want moms and dads to think that any of the libraries aren't a safe place to bring their children. It is, but it really is a representation of our community, the people that, it's a true cross-section of all of the citizens of our community. But we are a county department. We get regular walkthroughs from courthouse security. We are a safe, like you said, we may be one of the safest buildings in town.
But your staff is also trained how to
Absolutely.
deal and to make sure #1 is that the patrons are safe.
I would put my staff against any staff anywhere. They're service-oriented, community-minded. They're right there on the front lines dealing with the day-to-day, and so there's not much that they haven't seen and that they can't face.
But one of the things that I just urge everybody to go see the new library, because it is so spacious and it's so attractive and bright and airy. And so many times a library is not that.
Sure.
A library is cramped and you really don't have a lot of good lighting. And
we made a concerted effort to really kind of take a departure from what the traditional library was. The Commissioner's Court bought in early to kind of our vision of what we wanted to do. We had a great architect, we had great community support, and so you never expect in your career as a librarian to build or be a part of something like Centennial, but it really has been a special thing.
And you've got so many opportunities to bring in authors And even though you were saying the #1 designation on this bookish award was the
Texas Book Festival.
Book Festival. You have your own book festivals and your own
Sure.
author visits and so on. But just kind of in the last few minutes that we have, talk about anything else that you think the public needs to know.
Well, we want the public to know that there's a lot going on. That it's not maybe that when you think of public library, you may have a preconceived notion of what that means, and I want to assure you that we're not that. You know, there's a lot going on. We can surprise you. You know, people come in. The Blockbuster videos went out of business, unfortunately, a few years ago, and I would say, well, you know, the library has DVDs, and they go, well, how much do they cost to rent? And so it's an well, it's free. Your taxpayers' dollars already paid for it. So it's just that kind of education. We just want people to give us another try. You know, we say we want you to experience the library, not use it. We want you to come in and have a good experience. And you may come in and pick up a movie or a book and go, oh yeah, the Redfern genealogy collection is here. Weren't we looking for your long lost grandpa's something?
That's right.
And so it can, you know, those things can be a domino effect, and it turns into one and another. We have, you know, public meeting space that you can reserve for your civic club or your meeting. Certainly the exhibits and any of the kind of programming databases you can learn to speak another language through Mango Languages. There's just so much going on, in addition to when we bring in authors or exhibits or you know, speakers, those kinds of things. You know, I encourage people to go to Facebook. We have a Facebook page. There's or our website,
and it keeps you brought up to date constantly.
The social media,
or simply a phone call.
Absolutely,
an
or
old-fashioned
email.
phone
Yeah,
call.
you can email me too. We'll get you the information that you need. But most of the youth service calendars and the community calendars and exhibits calendars are online on our website, or you can go to the, you know, we certainly want you to follow us on Facebook, and you can keep up. But there's a lot going on, and we'd encourage you just to, if you haven't been down in a while, you know, give us a try at any of the locations. We'd love to see you.
And the important thing is train up your children to use the library.
Yes.
Because that is so important to their future.
If you can get those children to be users now, then you have users for a lifetime.
That's right.
Hope. Absolutely.
I agree. Well, it has been such a pleasure not only to talk about the library, but to hear your enthusiasm and excitement for all of the programs.
It was a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
And we have just so many things going on, and such a broad spectrum of people that you serve. So we will have John back another time. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next Sunday with another program.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.